On the 1st of October 2025, Nigerians at home and abroad came together to celebrate the country's independence from colonial rule. Despite the unprecedented cancellation of the national parade, it is important to reflect with pride on our journey and resolve to address our shortcomings. At 65, Nigeria is a vibrant nation of resilience, diversity, and potential. From recovering from 5 military coups, navigating different systems of government, and sustaining uninterrupted democracy for the past 26 years, to being a global cultural icon, setting the tone for African culture globally through our literature, fashion, music, and movies, to being Africa's largest economy, with growing sectors across technology, agriculture, and the creative industry. This shift highlights our adaptability. Despite achieving this much, there are so many areas where we must aggressively improve to fulfill our promise as a nation. Insecurity has been a persistent challenge in Nigeria. Boko Haram, banditry, and communal clashes disrupt lives and economic progress. We still grapple with high unemployment and economic inequality, which fuels discontent among the citizens. Power is still deficient 65 years later. We are generating less than 6,000 megawatts for 200 million people. The roads are still poor. The healthcare is still inadequate. Corruption is still a huge elephant in the room. And we have over 10 million out-of-school children. We need to do better. We must address insecurity, prioritize job creation, and support sectors like manufacturing, as they are the largest employers of labor. We must invest massively in energy, transportation, education, and healthcare, as these are the things that impact daily quality of life. When these are sorted, innovation becomes natural. And most importantly, we must strengthen anti-corruption agencies and ensure judicial independence, as this will rebuild the eroded trust in the nation. Nigeria's story is one of triumph and challenges. We must unite to tackle our challenges and contribute our bit to building the nation with desire. Happy 65th Independence, Nigeria. What are you contributing to building the country of your dreams?
The people are doing enough already. Right? I know when we talk about corruption or things not working, we come with this idea of, oh, the government, we have people there, whatever institution you're calling, there are people there. But if you listen to the speech from the governor of Abia State, there was something he said that is very profound, which is that the leaders must take responsibility. Humans are not created to lead themselves, which is why you have leaders that are supposed to steer the course of a nation, whether it's the cause of even taking away from the nation. If you have an organization, there are people who are responsible for the direction of that organization, which is the same thing as a nation. So you cannot blame the people for what you see, because they are working within the system and the environments that have been created for them. And I think leaders should begin to take responsibilities and stop pointing fingers to the people. The people will follow what you have said. If you set a system of consequences for action, everybody will get in line. I think I've brought this example on this table over and over again, and it has to do with what Governor Fashola did when he was in Lagos, when everybody was saying some things are impossible to do. Oh, we can't wear seatbelts, we can't do this. But some of the things in terms of road behavior or road traffic behaviors that we have today started when he was there, because of how he was able to implement it and lead by example. So no, the question is not to Nigerians. The question should be to the leaders. What are they doing to move us forward? Right. I think my advocacy will speak more to that.
You haven't answered my question, and you have rephrased the question. Funke, what are you contributing to build up the country of your dreams?
Oh, well, I'm contributing reinvention of the menstrual health landscape. I am contributing investment in sports for young people. In the past years, I've done quite a bit on diaspora relations, telling the stories of Nigerians in the diaspora. In all that I do, I look for the empowerment of the girl child and the empowerment of women. You find me trying to influence leadership. That way, I have contributed quite a lot. And if you look at what I've done in the last 30 years as a broadcaster, there's a lot.
Thank you, Funke. Benga, what are you contributing to building the country of your dreams?
Okay, so I'm contributing different things, from career to youth development to spiritual, because I pray for Nigeria. Yeah.
That's a good one.
We train the youth across the country, even outside the country. That's human capital development, you know. We train them on career development, we train them on entrepreneurship and leadership, you understand. And for example, in this state, I've been part of the faculty that train Lagosian youth in their thousands every year in the last 10 years, in different capacities, different local governments, you know, across. But you see, the question SC asks is very, very crucial.
Yeah.
If my parents fail to raise me or to send me to school, how am I going to give back in the nearest future? The function of national parenting is key. Our national parents, our state parents, our local government parents, what do they do? What are they doing for us? That's the critical questions that they themselves need to answer. What are they doing for us? We have given, we have been giving, we have been giving, we are still giving. We almost give the last blood in us. Yet our leader seems to be irresponsible.
Imagine if we had visionary governors, you know, such that attention is not always at the center, but that the components, constitutes the entire leadership of the country is so visionary that you see tangible things that they do. By this 65th independence anniversary, we'll have seen marked changes.
Thank you, Funke. Marks, what are you contributing to building the country of your dreams?
So it's difficult to say, because at every point in time in Nigeria, there are different points where you try to patch the country as it's leaking.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult to specifically say that whether it's in my private work as a lawyer or private practice as a lawyer or in my development work aspect. It's difficult to come up together and just say, oh, this is what I am doing. But one of the most important thing I think I'm doing right now is to talk and contribute to the society, and also, you know, remind our leaders and remind our citizens as to what we need to do to move the country forward and to also improve ourselves. So being on this table is something I consider dear and a huge contribution. And back to what LC and Benga said, you know, you look at it that every country, the leaders of the country represent the country.
Absolutely.
And so if the leadership of the country is not doing right, so it's easier for us to flip the table and say, what are they doing? Because they're supposed to lead us in the right path. Every Nigerian citizen is now their local governments. We know this, and we know why. And so it's extremely difficult to ask a Nigerian who is working very hard, what are you contributing? It feels like an assault to them, because they're doing so much, and then you now ask them, it's like Tinubu asking us to sacrifice. People are getting angry.
So it is more for us to reflect on how we are contributing, and also articulate and also inspire others on how they can contribute towards building the country they desire. Every time we come on here, we talk about how things are not working, but we hardly ever talk about how what we are doing personally to move the needle forward.
You cannot be driving millions of naira cars as in your convoy, and you want somebody to be trekking all the days of his life. After working for 35 years as a police officer, you are giving him 3 million naira as a severance package. That's an insult on his destiny.
Anyway, that's a totally different conversation. Milestones are occasions to do some soul searching. So let's ask ourselves, what are we contributing to the country of our dreams?
First things first, Zuma. Before making any milestones, let's ensure that the major umpire of our nation building is truly independent.